Hello, good morning. Today is a weekend, right? So we will cover one of the important topic that is infrastructure as code, right? So this is my YouTube channel where you can come and you can find related to DevOps and the cloud. You will find all the tutorials and it may mostly all from the scratch. Okay, so let's go for the topic today. My name is Muhammad Asim. Okay, I will be taking you for today's tutorial based on Terraform, right? Before you understand Terraform, you have to understand that infrastructure as code, right? This terminology you have been across various times. If you're a DevOps engineer, if you're a new intern, or if you want to learn DevOps, right? Then you have across infrastructure as code. And the Terraform and infrastructure as code, basically this is a major part of interview questions. This has to be part of your interview, right? You will be facing a lot of questions related to that, because in all the organization now the everything is automated based on the code. So basically Terraform is infrastructure as code service, right? So to understand Terraform, we have to understand that what is IAC, that is infrastructure as code. Infrastructure as code, simple in the term in that you are creating the infrastructure, the cloud infrastructure virtual, right? The cloud infrastructure using the code. So you are writing a code, right, in the form of JSON that supports Terraform, right? Terraform supports JSON format. Based on that, you are writing a code and you are taking the credential from the provider. It may be AWS or GCP. For our use case, we are taking AWS. So based on that, you are communicating with the provider AWS, right? And we are requesting them to create this infrastructure via code. This is the logic of infrastructure as code, right? So in that case, there is two things. AWS also provide cloud formation templates. Okay, if you check on the internet, you will find that cloud formation. Let me show you that. Okay, cloud formation AWS, right? So AWS too provides cloud formation, right? So AWS provide these services. If you click it over here, then you will see that there is all the documentation related to that. Using the cloud formation also you can create all your cloud infrastructure, but the drawback for that is that it's only restricted to AWS services. Okay, AWS services. If you're learning cloud CFT, cloud formation template, that means you will be restricted to AWS only. So alternate solution for that is very popular tool is Terraform. Okay, Terraform is integrated with all the cloud providers. It may be AWS, it may be GCP, Azure, Alibaba, XYZ, maybe another also, right? It may be another providers. So if you are learning Terraform, you can be multi-cloud experts for the IaaC, infrastructure as code. So this topic will be very important. So we will be covering three parts. So what is Terraform? Okay, why we are going to use Terraform and where it will be applicable, how it's make us our service easy. Okay, how it will prompt you the easy, and what is the architecture of Terraform, and what is the timeline when it came and how the progress happened, how it became very popular among them. Okay, so the major tools, if you're aware of that auto deployment, are Terraform, Ansible, Puppet, Chef. Okay, today we'll be covering Terraform. Terraform is open source tool developed by HashiCorp. HashiCorp is an organization which developed this tool, and it is open source, and they have enterprise level also, right? So we are struck by in our training session, or let's say practice version testing, we are using open source one, right? So what is that? We are writing some configuration files and we are communicating to AWS. Okay, and by using that configuration file, it will communicate and it will create the resources as per our requirement. Okay, so why Terraform is required? Turnover enable the practice of treating infrastructure as code. As I said, that infrastructure will be created based on the code. Okay, and it's very reasonable, human readable language. Okay, HCL, it can be versionized, revised. You can create multiple versions of your file, and you can save as a backup. This everything is there, and it's provide multi-cloud support. As I mentioned, that it support AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and many other. Okay, it can be used as a multi-cloud, hybrid cloud deployments also. It's provide you automation. It's provide you scalability. It will state you the management, right? The file, it's up to the track on current state of the infrastructure, what is there. So it will log as a TF file, okay, and where it's integrated. It can be used from any machine with Terraform binary installed, right? So for that you have to install Terraform. It can be local development, that means we can install in our laptop, or any server. It might be Linux server, right? You can take Ubuntu, AWS Linux, or Red Hat, based on any Linux operating system. Okay, Terraform structure, if you check over here, there is a basic structure. It will become having one file, that is main tf, okay, where you will write all the configurations. Okay, when you compile this file, okay, let's say there is a basic command that terraform apply, right? Terraform apply, terraform validate. So when it validate your code, okay, Terraform plan, when you validate the code, create one state file. Okay, the state file, these two files are important, which will make as a what you say as a version type, what we have requested to them. It create one state file with the version of the Terraform. So it will lock your version on which this Terraform infrastructure has been generated, right? Okay, so if you check over here, the requirements to input source, okay, Terraform configuration file, Terraform state file. Okay, Terraform file analyzed by the core, compare the Terraform state file, hold the current state of infrastructure. This you can go through all these things, basic concepts I have been like explaining to you. Okay, and even they have SaaS based also, but we are going with the AS, right? Okay, well, if you check in the timeline, basically it's what developed, right? HashiCorp, as I mentioned above, it was open project. It was made in 2024. It was published, right? Afterward, they added new source for the data source modules, remote state. It can communicate remotely. It can go and execute your commands in the server also, right? This I will show you in my library. Okay, then Terraform Cloud hosted server they are providing as a SaaS service. Then they gave us support customization, community provided. Then they released 1.0 in 2001. After that, all the version has been coming from the Terraform. In all the MNCs, they are using Terraform, right? And this is the guide where you can go and check it out how to install, right? If I click it over here, then you will be directed to the installation guide. Okay, so what you have to do it, first you have to come to the Windows. Okay, then you have to download this in this 2 version. Okay, how you know that which version you have to install, that I will be showing over here, that right? You have to go into the Windows R. Let me just, I'll show you. I'll Windows R, right? Then I will type ms info. Okay, info 32, right? Sorry, ms info, just a second. So here, if you go over here, then you will see that, okay, what is the which type of version we have been using, right? So we are using which one? x64, right? So based on that, you can select this is system 32. Okay, so what you have to do it, you have to click the version, okay, 64, and you can install it. Okay, after Terraform, right? Just enter over here, same name. No, just let me just create this, because already I have installed Terraform in my laptop. So what I will do it, I will name it as another one as Terraform 1, right? Then I will move it here and I will paste this one. Okay, so what I have done, from the download I have moved to path C. From here, what you have to do it, you have to extract files here. Okay, extract here. So it start extract, then you will see that there is a one version over here which is .exe. Okay, if you check the properties, then you will see that this is .exe file, application. When you run this application, then automatically it will ask you to prompt some other commands. Like if you run over here, okay, .exe, then it will install all your Terraform, right? Just follow the same path and you can install it with that. Okay, after that, what you have to do it, just you have to copy the path of this. I'll show you the path of this, right? Path 1.exe, right? Where is the Terraform? Okay, just copy the path and go for environment variable. Just hit the Windows key and you'll be finding that environment variable. I'll show you that also. Environment variable, right? This is the environment variable. Just click here, go for environment variable. Okay, then you have to go for the path, click edit, then you come over down, right, down here, and you have to paste it over here. Okay, just add and paste, and go for above also, right? Path, edit, right? Then you will find over here, then you can paste it over here. Okay, just follow the lines and you can paste it over here. Okay, cmd.exe. So just paste it over here. It will show you that you have to paste the path Terraform which is done in that. Okay, just click OK with the new, just add, and then click the paste over here. As I pasted over here, if you see here, C is pasted, just click cancel and then click it OK. So environment variable is already added. Then what we have to do it, you have to go and validate that is everything is fine or no. So what we will do it to validate that, simply we'll go back over here where we are currently. We'll open our cmd command prompt, click it over here. Okay, what I will do it, I will just write terraform, right? Terraform -- version. So it should prompt me the version of Terraform, right? So if you check here, see it's showing that Terraform 1.7 which we have installed, right? It was installed previously. So in your case, you may see that the version is 1.73. This is the latest version, right? 1.73. Okay, so this is how you're going to install Terraform. Okay, this part Terraform installation of Windows is already completed. Fine. And the next step, what we will do it now, we'll go back to our task, right? The lab version. So what I have done, I have a directory over here, right? I have a directory over here. So let me explain you. So let me check from the VS Code also. So we'll be working with the VS Code, and what we will do it, we will create one resource in our AWS account, right? So let me check, cross check from here also the Terraform version, right? Is my path and everything is fine. If you're setting the path, then from anywhere from the laptop, you can know the version and you can communicate with Terraform, right? So Terraform is already installed, and what you have to do is prerequisite is that you have to install AWS CLI also, right? If you check here, see is showing me that AWS CLI is installed. The commands is showing me, right? So AWS, if you click it over AWS, so it will show you that okay, AWS is installed. How AWS can help you out? So if you want to communicate with your laptop, it may be with command prompt or VS Code, anything with PowerShell, you have to install AWS CLI packages. To install that AWS CLI is very easy. Just what you have to do it, you have to go over here. So I will just copy this path and I will add in the document, right? So you should remember that also, right? After that, what you have to do it, you have to install AWS CLI. Okay, CLI, in the CLI we will communicate with the AWS, right? So follow this link. After that, go down. Just what you have to do, you have to check your operating system. My operating system is Windows. Then I have to click on this. If you click here, there'll be one file will be downloaded here. Okay, just run this file. So it will ask you next. After that, AWS CLI will be installed on your local system, that is laptop, right? Windows. If you have any version, you are using Mac OS, then you have to click Mac OS. If you are installing on Ubuntu OS system, then you have to click here. Okay, so this, if you run over here, then it automatically AWS CLI will be installed. So this is the way how you're going to install. So our prerequisite for this tutorial is already completed. Now we will go and we will execute our things, right? So basically what happens, I'll show you the concept. If you check here, Terraform, right? Terraform. Okay, Terraform has let me just close this. Okay, Terraform has major 4 or 5 commands. Okay, so the basic command of the Terraform is init. If you're aware of the Git, the first thing what you have to do, you have to install Git in your directory, right? So to do that, you have to use git init, right? The same way you have to follow that. First, before you want to make this Terraform directory, right, your code directory, to communicate with another resources, first what you have to do, you have to do git init. Okay, then what happened, you have to write the file that is main.tf. okay, this is the main.tf. okay, I'll show you the main.tf also. The main.tf, if you see over here, it will show you that first step we have to write as Terraform. The second thing, you have to provide the requirement provider. So if we Terraform has to communicate with which service, okay, that you have to mention as per the architecture, right? If you check the architecture over here, which I have shown you, right? So if you check it over here, so we have to write main.tf. Then the state file, when you apply the commands, it automatically will generate one tf state files. Okay, that I will show you, but we are communicating with AWS, right? So Terraform required in the Terraform main.tf, you have to mention that we want to communicate with AWS. Okay, these are the things. Okay, let's come back to the terminal, right? So here we are mentioning that HashiCorp AWS, we are using that. Then what you have to do it, you have to provide configurations, right? So to communicate with AWS, you require three things. First thing, in which region you want your server to be, your resources to be created, right? If you come to AWS, you know various of the zones available. It might be AP South 1, North Virginia, Ohio. Okay, so this is the code of that. So with that code, you can you have to mention access key of AWS. You have to provide this access key will be in your AWS account. So you should have one AWS account. In that you have to create access key and the secret key. Okay, this I will show you. And then we are mentioning that which type of resources we have to create. Okay, our agenda is to create one Ubuntu server, right? We will be creating one Ubuntu server. In that Ubuntu server, we will be installing Jenkins from Terraform, right? We are not going to go inside the server and install Jenkins manually. So we will do everything automated. For that, what we required the port 8080 for the Jenkins, right? So that what we are giving, I am giving one name, EC2 security group, right? So what I will do it, well, first resource what we will create one AWS security group, right? The security group name is EC2 security group, right? And what we will do, we will enable two ports for that. 8080, right? And we will keep it TCP and it will be accessible anywhere. Second thing, SSH, and we will make that also TCP and accessible anywhere. Okay, and the outbound is the same. Whatever the inbound rules are there, that should be outbound rule. Then what we will do it, we will say that please, hey AWS, create one resources, that is Jenkins server. Okay, the Jenkins server, I have to give AMI and the type of I have to mention. These are constant. We cannot play with this. AMI is equal to will be constant. Here you have to check all the details. Okay, so let's go to AWS and I will show you from here. So if I'm in the AWS, let me log into the AWS. Okay, AWS console. Okay, we are here. So I will mention parallelly also that what we are going to do it. Okay. So let me just save and close this file. Okay, sign in. I'll be signing here. So we will log in into AWS account using the credentials. What we will do it, we'll go for EC2 instance, right? Now what I have to do it, first thing what we will do, we will create one EC2 instance. Okay, I mean we will not create using console, just we will see what is the AMI of Ubuntu. Fine, if I click over here, let me show you that also. Just is loading, is taking time. If you click on the Ubuntu, then you will have one AMI ID, right? Okay, this is the AMI ID, right? This AMI ID we have to mention in our code, right? So if I go over here, see, I'll make it parallel over here just to show you, right? This I have mentioned over here. So I want this AMI to be installed, right? So, and the type of T2 micro, and we are using T2 micro. Okay, this I have mentioned over here. So I'll keep two things as a parallel, so we can know all the resources parallelly, right? So I'm mentioning in my code is this T2 micro, and the security group which I have created above, this is a security group, right? EC2 security group. I'm mentioning over here is that EC2 security group name is this. Okay, the key name is var.keyname, which is mentioned here, var.instance. Okay, this I will mention you, this I will show you, this part. Okay, if you check it over here, what is mentioned here, where are the keys, name, key name is there, tag is there, okay, the point is there, and the credentials is there, right? So okay, here what I am mentioning that var.access key, right? var.access key. Okay, this key will be read from where there is a one more file which we have created, that is variable.tf. Okay, if you check over here, then all the Terraform files should be end with .tf. Okay, this is the extension for that. If you click here variable, okay, if you see over here, then you will see that you have to mention three things here. Okay, first thing, we have to mention which type of Terraform file we are using, right? And the key which to access this instance, right? After creating the instance also, we required a key, right? One key. So for that we are mentioning here, and we are giving, just go over here, we are giving access key and the secret key to communicate with AWS. Okay, so how do we get that? Okay, so what we will do it now, this part is completely done. So I'll click over here, then I'll go for the security credentials, right? Don't worry, the access key which I'm creating now after this tutorial, I'll be deleting it, so it should be safe for my end also, right? So I'll go over here, then I will click on the create key, then I'll say yes, it's fine, because it's providing me root user. So if my key is leaked, then I'll be messed up. Okay, so to make it safe, I have to keep it safe way, right? So I'll create one notepad, then I will insert here the key, then the secret key will be visible only one time. Okay, so what I will do it, I will click over here, then I will paste it here. Okay, these two files I have with me, right? So I'll just minimize, my part is done. So I'll go back over here, and one more point, where we are now, if you go here in the console services, right, we were checking out AWS EC2, right? So if you check here, the zone we are using to create is North Virginia. Okay, we'll move back to AP South. Okay, so I'm saying that I required AP South region where I am be creating my resources, right? Okay, fine. So this is in the Mumbai region, right? The Mumbai region code is AP South 1. Okay, this we have to mention in our code. Okay, if you go over here in the main TF file, then you will see that AP South 1. Okay, this is done. So AP South we have given, and we have given the path. So access key you have to go and find from the variable TF, and you have to retrieve it. Okay, secret key over here. So what we will do now, we will go and we will edit this keys. Okay, just I'll go over here and I will delete it. Fine, just I'll paste from my terminal, right? Just I have copied in the notepad, then I will paste it over here, paste it, right? And the same way, secret access key, just back up, then go back to here, copy, minimize it, and paste it over here. So this file, I just click save, then close it. Okay, and the second thing, we already provided the three sources as per our document, right? So the document we were required is South, access key, region key, right? These three things are almost done. Okay, so go back to our code, then variable, you just click save and close it. Okay, this part is done. The next thing what I have to do it, I'll go to the main.tf. Then what we are saying that after creating these resources, okay, creating the resources, what you have to do it, you go access this server, SSH into this. Okay, if you want to SSH into Ubuntu, then the user is Ubuntu, right? This is the basic thing. And the private key, where the private key stored? Private key stored in this directory itself. So I'm mentioning that just go and check var.private key. If you click here var.private key, okay, var.private key, right? It's mentioning that the key name is terra.pm. So terra.pm is over here. So what we will do it now, just we'll go back to EC2 and we will create one key pair. Okay, key pair. So because we require key pair also, right, to communicate. So what we will do it, just where we are now, let's create one key pair. What was the name of that key pair? Let me just check it over here. Before that, I will go back, and I think I have one key pair with Terra. Right? So what I will do, I will delete this. So copy, paste, delete. Right? So I'll create one file, one PEM key, and I will name it as Terra. So just I'll paste it over here. Sorry. Spelling, let me check what I have mentioned, Terra, right? Terra, right? So what I will do it, just I will create a key pair. When you create key pair, the key pair will be downloaded here, right? Just I will go here. Okay, before that I will delete the existing PEM key. Yes, move to recycle bin, fine. Then I'll go to download folder. Then what I will do it, I'll just copy, right? I will paste to my directory, working directory, right? Just paste it over here. Yes, I want to paste it here. .ppk. Oh, we did wrong. It's supposed to be PEM key. So let me see that what mistake we have done. So where are we? Are Terra action import file. I think I have taken wrong extension. So what I will do it, I will delete one more time, right? And I'll delete, paste it, right? So I'll create new key pair. Okay, I'll select PEM, right? Terra name, just create a key. The key will be downloaded in download folder. Just go to download folder, then you copy from here, right? Go to your workspace and I will paste it over here. Yes, and I don't require just terra.ppk file, right? So what I've done, I have created one Terra file, right? This is your access key, SSH access key or server access key, right? And I am mentioning in the variable that please take this terra.pem key, log into our server. Okay, after login to the server, if you check over here, after to log into your server and host, I have mentioned that it may be auto-generated public IP, right? So just take that a public IP generate. Then what you have to do, you have to go into remote access. Just go access this server and execute this command remotely. Okay, the first command what we will do, it will update our packages in Ubuntu. Okay, I have mentioned with the hash also that update the package list on the target file, right? This part is done. Then afterwards take 5-second gap so that this previous command should be executed. This also I mentioned, this is a pause execution 5 seconds, right? This is often used to allow previous command to complete before next step. Then what we are doing, we are getting the key from the Jenkins, right? And we are downloading the keys, right? Then we are updating our packages. Then we are installing OpenJDK. This is a prerequisite, right? So if you want to check it over here, how did I get all this command? So basically Jenkins on Ubuntu, right? If you go for Jenkins IO directly, you'll be finding all this command over here. If you check Ubuntu, we are taking Ubuntu, right? So this is the one from where we have got all the commands. Okay. So these are the commands which we receive, and OpenJDK, this is from where we receive this one, right? apt install config OpenJDK 17 JRE. If you check my command, this is also the same, right? OpenJDK 17 JRE, right? So this is how you get all the commands from there. Then what we are doing after that, and we are saying that please enable Jenkins. If we check it over here, so it is providing that please enable the Jenkins, start the Jenkins, and check the status of the Jenkins. So the same way, just enable, start, and execute, and prompt me the password so that I can log in directly from my browser. Okay, this is how we are trying to do it. So our agent is to create one resource. Before that, create one security group, right? After creating security group, create one server, that is T2 Micro Ubuntu, right? In that, take the access through SSH, because we are providing the Terraform PIM key, right? From there, what you have to do, just log into the server and execute remotely all the commands. Okay, so this is basically how we are going to do it. Okay, so now our file and everything, I have explained all the terms and terminology, right? So this part is done. The second step, what we have to do it, the first, if you check it over here, we have how many commands? We have major 4 commands. Okay, init, valid, plan, destroy. Okay, the first thing what we will do it, terraform init. Okay, just click here. So what it will do, it will initiate your backend. So it will create all the terraforms, like it will make the base, so that all the TF commands should be, terraform commands should be executed in this directory. So it will initialize your terraform init. Okay, so previous version of preview. Okay, so it's taking time, it will take some time. So I have the commands also, right? So Terraform, what will do, it will initial the working directory containing Terraform configuration files. Okay, Terraform plan, what we will do, it will generate an execution plan, outline action Terraform will create. See, don't get confused between Terraform plan and Terraform apply. These two things. Terraform plan means if you are a construction, if you are knowledge, before you construct the wheel or any project, you will take the plan. Okay, plan in the sense it's a plan, it's not executed. It will just provide you the one, what you say, it's visualize you that it's this going to be happen. Okay, these things will be going to happen, but in the real time it will not be happen, right? It's only plan, construction plan, which you see visually. But when you apply, when you start construction based on the plan, then you will achieve this. So based on that, this is Terraform plan is that what you're going to achieve. Terraform apply is that after that apply you will be achieving that things. Okay, these two things are different. This is an important question which we'll be having in the interviews. So, and this Terraform destroy, if you create the resources, if you want to destroy the resources, you will be using Terraform destroy command. Okay, Terraform validate. Terraform validate, what it will do, it will validate your code, right? I have written some code over here, right? So I can validate this code. If there is any error or anything happen with that, is my code is okay or no? So this is the things. So let's go to terminal. I have done Terraform init, right? So I have Terraform init also. So after that, what we will do, the next step, what we said after Terraform in, we will plan Terraform plan, right? So I will show you that also. Terraform plan. Just hit enter. So it will take few seconds. It will prompt you the results. Okay. So if you check over here, there will be some temporary log files will be generated. It will take few seconds. You have to wait. See, it is showing that. Okay. Plan. What will happen if you apply after Terraform? What is saying, it will create one image, Amazon mission. This is for Ubuntu. Okay, the IP address will be generated and the availability zone will be created. The zone we have given AP South 1, right? And EBS volume, that is default 8 will be done. Okay, password no, false, right? Host ID, IP address known afterward, apply, and the key also we have mentioned that it will be using Terra key, right? The key is over here, and in our console also there is a one key Terraform. Private IP will be done, and one security group will be created. The name will be EC2 security group. So it is showing me that what will be happening, right? After that, one security group will be created, right? In that you'll get 8080 port open, 22 open, right? This all things is showing. So what is saying that to add 0 to chain and 0 to destroy. Okay, two things will be created, two resources. One will be created one instance, one will be created one security group. Okay, After this, what we have to do, you do not use the option to save this plan. So the generator, okay, Terraform apply. Now what we have to do it, we have to apply this this plan, right, to make our servers, right, our infrastructure. So if I click Terraform apply, so it will communicate to my AWS using my credentials, which I have mentioned over here, right? In the variables, I have mentioned 2 credentials. If you check here, just let me go down. Okay, I have credential 2 credential, that is access key and the secret key. Okay, so it will take commands, it will show you. I'll close and make it the screen bigger one, because it will take all the actions, right? Yes, it will ask me that do you want to accept this? Yes, accept. So I'll show you that thing. Okay, where we are, we started from here. Terraform apply. First thing what is done, it has created one resource instance, right? See, the same thing will be cloned. The same, as we plan, the same things will be executed in the server side, right? In the console AWS. So it's saying that it have created resources, it have created everything, it has created a security group, it had opened the ports, right? Everything. Now it's asking me, do you want to go inside this server and execute all your commands? So I just mentioned yes. So now if you see the action over here, now see the everything is now creating. Okay, now it start creating one security group. Let me go and check. I'll show you here also. AWS, let's go to instance EC2. So just see, I don't have this is the one prompted now. Just okay, see if you check here, it started creating. Did you check the time over here? 10/2/2024. Just now it's starting initializing, right? And see, it's taking the key name as Terra, right, which we have created in our code. So let me see in the code level what would happen. See, now it have login to our IP address, this IP address 65.0.95.117. Do I validate? How do I validate that? Let me show you that also. Let me refresh. T2 micro, which I have mentioned, right? So okay, I have minimized. Okay, see, this is the public IP 65.0.95.117. The same thing I think it have mentioned over here. Where it is, see, this is 65.0.917. Then what is saying that the connection is connected. Then afterwards it's updating the packages, because we have given update command, right? So then afterwards what happened, it start packaging, is updating all the packages. Okay, then it's fetching, updating, reading packages. Then what happened, then it's communicating with Jenkins IO, right? Is getting all the keys from there, because we have mentioned the command. Then it is installing, right? Then afterwards it will install OpenJDK also, right? Is here where the library is everything. See, 55% work is done. So it's, see, I'm coming here. So it's have installed, creating the database. Okay, so it started the Jenkins, right? Jenkins already done. Unpacking the Jenkins. Let's wait for the few seconds. Still creating. Okay, let him take, no issue. If you check our main.tf, then you will be able to see that what command it have been executed, right? So what happened, it executed all the commands, right? In enable Jenkins service, installation and everything. See, hyperversion binary, this host. Now what happened, synchronized state of Jenkins. Okay, now we are here enabling Jenkins df main 67. What happened, provision. Okay, no issue. Status one, no problem. So okay, it denied admin password is not there, no, so it's not prompting me the cat file of this one. No issue, that not problem, we can take from the server. Anyways, our Jenkins is done, right? So permission is denied over here, that I cannot take outside of the Jenkins the initial password. Okay, so for that case is fine. Okay, so now what should happen then? It should create one server. The server is created and it has the same IP address which I have shown in which is visible here, right, during the console. And let me check the security group. If we check the security group, see the security group also EC2 security group, which we have mentioned in our code level, right? Just click on the where we have mentioned here. Okay, Jenkins security group, right? EC2 security group. Fine. This is the name, right? EC2 security group. And if you check here, it should prompt me only two rules, right? It should be prompted two rules, that only 22 and 82. 8080. Okay, this is fine. This is also fine as per our given code level, right? So this is done. So now if I take the IP of this instance, right, then I should be able to log into Jenkins, right? Just click over here. IP, then paste it over here, then semicolon, and the port number default is 8080. You click here, you will be to the Jenkins. See, before going without going in the Jenkins, without creating manually EC2 instance, then taking the access of our Ubuntu server EC2 instance, install all the like OpenJDK Java version and installing Jenkins in that and starting the server, then taking the port number and accessing through you have to come up to here. Without that, just writing one code, right, I can create multiple of instances. Okay, multiple of instances having Jenkins. Just what we have to do it, this format will be only log twice. That means this will be template. Just you have to change the variable access key and the variable key. If you want to communicate with another account, if you want to communicate with a third-party account, then you have to change the access keys and this keys. Then all the system will be same for everything. Okay, it will be same for everything. So just if I copy this command, then I'll be to the Jenkins now. Okay, so this is how you create all the infrastructure. Okay, with the Terraform. Okay, with the Terraform. So if you check over, let's check the storage and everything, because we have not given any specific VPC, so it's create one default VPCs, right? So there is no elastic IP we have requested. We have restricted only the basic things, right? So this is how you can do it. Okay, so I think this tutorial will be help out for you, and this all the codes will be available there. Okay, now what we have done, we have applied. Now what we will do it now, if I check terraform destroy, right, this all the sources whichever I have created till now, all will be deleted. Okay, it's in a single click. If I'm going to the console, what I have to do it, I have to click here, then I have to click here, then I have to terminate the instance, right? Then I have to go and terminate. I have to go in the keys. I have to go in the key pair. Then I have to click key pair over here. Then I have to delete it. Okay. So this is how things goes manually. But in the code level, if you just paste it over here, simply the terraform destroy command, then it will destroy the terraform destroy, right? It will destroy all the resources which I have created now. Okay, just click on the command terraform destroy. Let me close and show you what happens. Okay, okay, saying that this refreshing state. Okay, the security group refreshing the state and is showing that whatever has been destroyed. They have destroyed, what did destroyed is to destroy the security group. It have closed all the blocks, right? Just prompt yes, I want to destroy all this whatever I have created. If I don't want manually to S, then I can say that just give call like dash hyphen auto hyphen approved. So it will not prompt you to enter the value S. Okay. Anyways, if you learn this, then you can make add on very things. In the resources also we have only added two things. One thing is security group. Second thing, we have added one instance level. Okay, we required AMI of the Ubuntu and we want Jenkins. You can add multiple things. You can add like if you want let's say storage, you want 20 GB storage, you can add one more resource. If you want specific VPC to create it, then in that VPC it should be created, then also you can add that things. There is a lot of things to be covered up. So I'll be following this series. You're going to learn a lot of things. In the next tutorial we will be covering the VPC, how you can create VPC from our code level, that is from the Terraform. Okay, thank you for this. One point, sorry, just I have to validate that I have deleted, but how do I validate that this is deleted? Okay, just refresh over here. So see, I don't have any server, like it is auto deleted. Okay, this is how. Just click it over here. See, it has deleted the IP, Elastic IP, then the server Jenkins. Okay, terminated. If you check the security group also, you will not find that security group here. Okay, we don't have any security group over here. Okay, previous it was created, that is a EC2 security group, right? And the key pair, no issue, this we created manually. So if I go and refresh here, so I will be not finding anything because the server is already created. EC2 instance is already deleted. Okay, thank you very much connecting. Please do share and subscribe and share with your family, and hope to see you in the next tutorial of Terraform. And we will be using Terraform in all the tutorials which we are going for CI/CD pipelines and coming up. So this was the main reason that I have added this Terraform in our tutorials, that in the future upcoming tutorials, if maybe with the CI/CD pipeline any project, we will be using Terraform. Okay, so if you are not aware of how to use Terraform, then this will be helping, this tutorial will be helping you to set up the Terraform, right? Setup of the Terraform and to use the Terraform locally from the machine instead of Linux server and paying for the Linux server. This was the things just we want to cover up before we going for the projects we're using Terraforms. Thank you very much. Hope you see you soon for the next tutorial.